The rain poured heavily that evening, turning the bustling city streets into blurry mirrors. Cars splashed through puddles, people rushed under umbrellas, and the sound of thunder echoed through the night sky. Amidst the chaos stood a man in a dark suit, completely soaked, clutching his briefcase as if it were the only thing holding him together. His name was Adrian Blake, a once powerful CEO whose life had slowly unraveled behind the polished walls of corporate success. He stood by the edge of the road, watching people hurry past, unnoticed and uncaring. It wasn't just the rain that made him feel cold. It was the emptiness. He had built an empire, but lost his marriage, distanced himself from his family, and burned bridges in pursuit of success. Now, facing betrayal from his closest business partners, Adrian felt like a stranger in the very city where his name once commanded respect. As he lowered his head, a small voice broke through the rain. "Sir, are you okay?" Adrian turned around slowly. A little girl, no more than 9, stood beside him holding a bright yellow umbrella. Her brown eyes were filled with concern, her pink raincoat dotted with raindrops. Behind her, a man jogged toward them, holding 2 paper grocery bags. "Lily. I told you to stay close," the man said, slightly out of breath. The girl looked at Adrian again. "He's standing alone, Dad. Like Mom did when she got lost in the rain." The man's expression softened. He looked at Adrian carefully. "Are you stranded, sir? Do you need a ride?" Adrian hesitated. He wasn't used to accepting help, especially from strangers. I'll be fine. Thank you." But before he could step away, a sudden flash of lightning cracked the sky, followed by a thunderous boom. Lily shrieked and grabbed Adrian's hand. Her little fingers were warm and trembling. Her father, Daniel Carter, sighed. "Come on. At least wait out the storm with us. We live nearby. No one should be alone in this weather." Against every instinct of pride and isolation, Adrian followed them. Their house was small but warm, filled with the comforting aroma of baked bread and cinnamon candles. Lily placed Adrian's wet coat by the fire while Daniel handed him a towel. "I'm Daniel. This troublemaker is Lily," he said with a chuckle. Adrian gave a faint smile. "Adrian. Thank you for this." Daniel poured him a cup of hot chocolate. "You look like someone who hasn't talked to anyone in a while. Rough day?" Adrian exhaled slowly, staring into the steaming cup. "More like a rough life." Daniel nodded knowingly. "I get it. We've had our share of storms too. Lily's mom passed away 3 years ago. We had to rebuild everything from nothing. Some nights, she'd look out the window and say, 'Maybe Mom is lost in the rain.'" Lily climbed onto the couch beside Adrian. "Mom always said rain makes sad people feel seen." The words hit Adrian like a wave. For years, he had buried his emotions under contracts, meetings, and empty celebrations, but this little girl's innocent words cracked the walls he'd built. Over the next few weeks, Adrian found himself returning to Daniel and Lily's home, sometimes with groceries, sometimes just to talk. They didn't know he was a CEO of a multimillion-dollar company. They just treated him like a human being. For the first time in years, he felt warmth without expectations. But outside that small home, Adrian's business life was crumbling. His board had turned against him, accusing him of mismanagement during a financial downturn. Old friends disappeared. The media began to question his leadership. One evening, Daniel found him sitting quietly on the porch. "You're carrying something heavy," Daniel said. Adrian sighed. I've spent my entire life chasing success. And now, I might lose everything. Maybe I deserve it? I wasn't a good husband. I wasn't even a good man. Daniel looked at him firmly. Maybe. But that doesn't mean you can't change. People aren't defined by their worst chapters, Adrian. They're defined by how they write the next one. Lily appeared with 2 mugs of cocoa. You can be like the rain, Mr. Adrian. It washes everything and makes the world new again. The turning point came unexpectedly. A severe storm hit the city, flooding several streets. Lily's school bus got stranded, and Daniel rushed to find her but got caught in traffic. Adrian, upon hearing the news, didn't hesitate. He drove through the pouring rain, his heart pounding. He found the bus stuck under an overpass, water rising quickly. Lily was terrified, clinging to the bus window. Adrian waded through the water, lifted her onto his back, and carried her to safety. When Daniel arrived minutes later, soaked and frantic, he saw Adrian kneeling beside Lily, wrapping his jacket around her. Lily's tiny arms were wrapped tightly around Adrian's neck, whispering, "You came for me, like Dad did for Mom." That night, something changed. Adrian wasn't just a broken CEO anymore. He was part of something real, something he hadn't known he needed. In the months that followed, Adrian faced the board with new courage. He didn't hide his mistakes. Instead, he admitted them and presented a plan that prioritized people over profit. Some resisted, but many respected his honesty. Slowly, he rebuilt trust. At the same time, he became like family to Daniel and Lily. He helped Daniel expand his small carpentry business, using his skills to guide rather than control. Lily adored him, calling him Rain Man for always showing up when storms came. One evening, as they all sat on the porch watching a gentle drizzle, Lily asked, "Mr. Adrian, do you still feel lost in the rain?" Adrian smiled genuinely for the first time in years. "No, Lily. Thanks to you. I finally found my way." Daniel raised his mug. To second chances. Adrian lifted his cup too. To finding value where it truly matters.